This is a 2-button key fob from a Peugeot 307, and if we look we can see that the button has started to wear and the micro switch is starting to show, and if I was to continue using this, the micro switch would probably get dislodged and stop working completely. So what I've done, off the internet I've ordered some spare parts, and I've got a spare shell, a spare key blank which I'm not going to use at this present time, so we'll discard that at the moment. I've got some spare micro switches which you would use, but you'd need to solder them in place should you need to use them. And I've also got one spare battery. All this I got off a cheap auction site, and it cost me a couple of pounds. It cost me about £5 I think it was. So anyway, moving on, we have the two keys here, and if I just have a look at this, I don't know whether you can see the actual there, that is a star shape, and it's a H8 which fits it. I've got that in here, and just a little screw and we're out. Take the screw out and place it there. Then what I need is a small coin, £10, which fits just in the end there, and it just fits nice, and a little click and it's open. There's your two micro switches, which if they broke down they do solder back in place. I'm going to open the spare one. There we are. This one just seems a little bit different. Let's see if I can find a different coin. The edge of this one's slightly different, so what I've got is I've got a knife which I can fit in the end, or a screwdriver, and just give it a, and you should hear it prise open. Inside we've got a spare screw, and that's a cross, so we could use a Phillips screwdriver on that. Put that to one side. What we need to do is take this out of here. So I've just got a small knife with a point on, so I can just lever it out. What you just need to do is, let's place these like this. So this is coming out of there. And here we've got the battery, once we've got it out. And if we just push at the edge of the battery there, you should be able to push it up just a touch with your thumbs. And keep pushing, and eventually you should be able to get enough on it to lever it out. And there's the spare battery out. The battery. Just check that, make sure it's the same size, which it is, and we can now open this. And get the other battery out. When we've got the other battery out, we can just push this into place. So we've got the nice new battery in. When we've got the other battery in, remember the micro switches are going to be pressing against the buttons. What you need to do is get the transponder out to remove that over, and you'll need a pin to just gradually ease this out. Now this isn't as easy as it looks, and you'll probably need a smaller pin, but I can't find one. You'll have to mess about a little bit, but eventually you should be able to get the transponder part out. That's the only pin I can find, so I've just got to make do. I've got it at last, and you'll see it's got like a funny edge on it there. It will only go one way, so there's nothing to worry about. Make sure it's in. Let's give it a push down so it doesn't come loose and shake about, and the transponder's in. So we need to make sure that the part is in with the new battery and the two buttons are facing up. That is perfect in place. Now what we need to do is get the key out of here, and that pulls out and just pushes back into there. Just line up the hole so you can get to the screw. Get the new top. Put the new top back onto the key, and with a firm push you hear it click back into place. When that's done, we'll put the original screw back in, just because I've got the part to tighten it up. Put that in, tighten up the screw, and that's the new key now done and ready to use.